Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something really important, public education. Specifically, the challenge of helping students who've fallen behind actually catch up. We've got this fascinating report here from TNTP. It's based on studying schools, looking at data, and our mission today is to unpack what they found about these opportunity maker schools, the ones that are really changing things for students.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here is how the research digs into how some schools manage this, because let's face it, the system doesn't always work as that great equalizer we hope for.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
Because the problem itself is, well, it's pretty big. A lot of students, especially from, historically marginalized groups, they fall behind. And the tough part, most kids who fall behind tend to stay behind. That impacts their whole future.
Absolutely. It really sets up hurdles for them later on, economically, socially. It's hard to climb back if the system isn't built for it.
But, and this is where it gets hopeful, the report found something genuinely encouraging. It stood out. They looked at almost 28,000 schools where kids started behind grade level, elementary and middle schoolers. In a small group, about 5% are actually succeeding. Their students are gaining more than 1.3 years of learning in just one school year.
That's just huge, isn't it? I mean, think about that. Over 3 years, that student could gain a whole extra year, get back on track before high school even starts. These are the schools they're calling trajectory changing.
Right. So the obvious question becomes, how are they doing it? What's different? So the researchers went into 7 of these schools' diverse settings to really understand the common ground.
And interestingly, it wasn't some brand new shiny curriculum or, a single magic trick. Instead, they found these 3 core practices, always there, working together. They've called them the 3 C's.
Okay, the 3 C's. Let's take the first one, belonging. And this is deeper than just like feeling welcome. It's about the whole emotional climate, making students feel really accepted, respected for who they are.
Exactly. And the key insight is this isn't just nice to have stuff. It's fundamental. When kids feel they belong, it unlocks their ability to really dive in and learn. It means truly knowing each student personally and as a learner and pulling together support for whatever they need.
Yeah, that example they gave of Santiago, the 5th grader, the one who loved origami. His teacher didn't just put his origami up. She really got his learning needs, worked with his family, with specialists. That's making a kid feel truly seen.
And the data shows it. In these schools, 90% of students felt their teacher made them feel like they belong. That's compared to only 75% in typical schools. That's a big gap.
Okay, so belonging is the foundation. What's the second C?
Building right on that sense of safety and being seen is consistency. This is all about consistently good teaching, and this is critical grade level work for every student, day after day.
That really struck me. It's about less variation room to room. In these trajectory-changing schools, lessons were rated good or strong, like 9 times out of 10. Compare that to maybe 5 out of 10 in other schools. Think about what that means for a student's daily experience.
Yeah, and consistency also means all students get to wrestle with challenging grade level stuff, but they get the support, the scaffolds to do it. They're not just stuck doing remedial work from years ago.
Like Eduardo, the multilingual learner, and Sarah. They mentioned them working on the same tough, persuasive writing task, using a grade level text, helping each other. Same work, just supported differently.
Right. And that doesn't happen by accident. It's backed up by shared curriculum, structured team time for teachers, looking at student work, planning together.
Makes sense. Everything points the same way. Which leads to the third C.
Coherence. This ties it all together. It means all the instructional parts, the main lessons, the extra help, the tests, they all fit together. They're all aimed at the same grade level goals.
So it feels logical for the student. Like the pieces connect. And intervention isn't just playing catch up on old stuff. They call it acceleration.
Exactly. Giving targeted, just-in-time help for what they're learning now in class or maybe what's coming up next week.
Like Ethan, the student practicing graphing points in his intervention group before it came up in his main math class.
Yeah, he said it himself, didn't he? Something like, you see the topics a little before your class. It always helps me. That's coherence making a real difference. He felt ready.
And leaders play a big role here too, right?
Yeah.
Clearing the deck so teachers can actually focus on this stuff.
Definitely. And keeping families in the loop, letting them know how their child is doing and how they can help.
So you put these 3 together. Belonging, consistency, coherence.
The combined effect is really powerful. It's what drives those big learning jumps, 1.3, even 1.7 years of growth per year. And, it apparently makes the job better for teachers too, more sustainable.
So what does this all mean for us? Well, these schools aren't using magic. They're using clear, repeatable strategies. This report really suggests that changing those trajectories, helping kids catch up, it is possible when schools focus hard on these three things.
And connecting it to the bigger picture. Understanding these ideas, belonging, consistency, coherence, it gives everyone, parents, educators, policymakers, a much clearer idea of where to focus efforts to really close those gaps.
So this raises an important question, maybe something for you to think about. How might these three principles, that sense of belonging, that reliable consistency, and that unified coherence, how might they apply beyond schools, in any place where we're trying to help people learn, grow, and really succeed?